Welcome in everybody. Underground Crypto Deep Dive Research Show. You are in the right place. If you're looking to raise your crypto IQ, learn more about what's trending, stay up to date on new coins coming out, I have a great show for you tonight. Shout out to everybody who's here. Thank you, Melissa, for being here. Blues Guy, Copper Dude, Plague Dogs in the house. Somebody go tell Bankroll and Camsta that we are live. I'm sure they'll be over shortly. Let's see, do I have any announcements? Oh, Upshift video coming out tomorrow. Got the thumbnail finished. Blues Guy, wherever you are, I threw that in the Discord for you to check out. Love those custom emojis. Shout out to the members who joined the membership. We now have our members with custom emojis over in the corner. It is $2.99. Kept it nice and cheap. I did make those emojis myself. But enough of that. More about some crypto. Here we are running into the Underground Crypto Moonbase Research Laboratory. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Again, welcome to the channel. This is Underground Crypto Deep Dive Research Show. I hope everybody is having a wonderful night as we are kicking off this stream, this show. Let me get in camera frame. That always helps out a little bit. And we always start show off over here at Crypto Bubbles. Bankroll in the building says, let's raise that crypto IQ. You are in the right place, my friend, if that's what you're trying to do. We're talking about liquidity tonight. You might find it interesting. And so we got River with a 34.4 pump. If you've watched the Lifer show in the morning, he talked about River. We've talked about River many times. So between the two, you should have known about River. All right, up 34.4% to $67 from $40. Nice move. Looks like 50 million in 24-hour trading volume. Sandbox, Axie Infinity, I'm sure the Ronin wallet, and then we have XDC Network. So some gaming tokens getting a move. XDC Network up 6.9% today. This Layer 0, which we have talked about before. Do you know your layers? Layer 0, Layer 1, Layer 2, Layer 3. What are they? What do they mean? How does that work in crypto? Well, if you've been coming to the channel for a while, you should already know. And if you haven't, no big deal. We will show you at some point. Drop it in the chat. Anything, you have any questions, guys, just drop it in the chat. And we will do our best to give you the best answer I possibly can, right? So anyways, Layer 0 up 11.9% from $1.86 to $2.24. Rain prediction markets up 11.3%. Let's drop down another 100 and see what's going on in the land of the crypto bubbles. Slong that, yeah, gaming tokens getting a move and waking up from the dead. It does appear to be so. So we have Sent or Sentient. We went over this thing yesterday. It is a new token. Look at that. Has a daily percentage, but not a weekly, a monthly, or a yearly. What does that tell you? New token generation event for this project. And it went from about 2 cents up to 3 cents, almost 3.5 cents. There you go, up 40 cents. Seeker had massive moves yesterday. Looks like it did give a little bit of that back. Oh, no, that's on the daily, so I guess that counts for today. Huh, they're acting like it's only been out today. Very interesting. It was just coming out as we went over it yesterday. Seeker is all about the ecosystem of the Solana phone, if you did not know. Where's Camsta? Silver is moving. My goodness. Yeah, I heard that silver is pumping. Zero Gravity Labs, 15%. Up to 91 cents from 75 cents. Pippin, 4.1% move. Let's drop down another 100. And what do we got? Fogo, finally getting a little bit of a move. This thing had been beat down for a little bit. If you look at the weekly, you can see it got beat down and is just now getting a little bit of a peak. Up 15.7%. What else do we got? Dusk, not to be confused with Dust. This is Dusk. and it is down 16.8%. Just looking at the big bubbles here. TimeFi, do you know what TimeFi is? We've talked about Piverse from before the coin ever even launched, and that is up 10.6% on the day, 35% on the month. And you have this Impossible Cloud Network token, which we've been talking about for a while, 12.9% on the daily. We really do stay on top of what is trending here at Underground Crypto. Welcome in. Smash that like button, subscribe, and remember that there is a link to our free Discord in the chat. It's where we're hanging out when I'm not live streaming. Bankroll's got his own little tab in there, and many other people are very active in there, so come on over. Bitcoin, 89,576. And what we've been doing lately is we've been porting ourselves over to the trading view so we can take a look at BTC when we start talking about the price. Shout out to Drizzy TV coming in. What did he say? What's up, my bro? I'm going to rewind and watch from beginning to end. Okay, you're not very far behind. We just got started here. If you stay where you are now, you haven't missed a thing, and you could be a little more active in the chat at that point. All right, let's take a look at it. So this is what I've been looking at on the 3-minute for BTC. Just this cup and handle, if you will, on the 3-minute back above the 200. Let's move to the 1-minute, see what we see. Looks pretty good. Not too far away from the 21. Let's go to 15. All right, and we are above that 15-minute 200 moving average with several candles closed above it. So I know a lot of times the lifer talks about just taking a trade, put your stop loss on the other side of the 200 and let it rock, especially when you've closed that many above the 200. But you do what you want. This is never financial advice. Of course, we are still far away from the 1 hour 200, so let that be known. And you are under the 4 hour 200. So is this just a short-term price relief, or is this going to take us back to the top? Believe I saw a lifer say there's a CME gap at like 93,000 something. So maybe we go back to 93,000. All right. And that we'll come back to some charts at some point if you guys want to. But for now, we're going to leave that alone and go back to our price rundown that we always do. I just like to kind of take a look at the prices before we really get rolling in the stream. It helps me kind of know where we're at. So again, Bitcoin, 89,576. Maybe we could refresh it. $89,743. What is the overall market cap? 3.11 trillion in overall market cap. We have Ethereum coming in at 2,961, just shy of that 3,000 number that I always love. Got my chains on. Yeah, you haven't missed anything yet, fam. Just in time. Exactly. Hopefully he hasn't already gone to the beginning. Yes, sir, there is a CME gap to the upside. Hopefully all FUD is gone. Yeah, let's hope so. And when is the FOMC meeting? Is that next week? Anyways, somebody will tell me. BNB, $890. I know I could go look at the folders and find out. And XRP at $1.92. Solana at $128. Oh, it didn't do well today. Huh, that's surprising. I thought it had pumped a little bit. Maybe I was wrong. Dogecoin at 12 cents. A lot of things down on the 7-day. A lot of red on the 7-day here. Monero, $519. That thing has come down a little bit as well. It's down 24.5% in the last 7 days. Chainlink, $12.30. XLM, 21 cents. SWI, $1.50. So altcoins got a little crushed today, huh? I guess so. I've been a little bit, away from the computer. I've been here, but I've been working on stuff. Video had to be put out. Stream had to be set up. Shout out to the Blues guy. Had a great conversation with him. Talked to him for like an hour and a half today. And then, worked out for a couple hours. And here I am, ready to do the stream. So we are doing this together as a community. Canton Network, 14 cents. Avalanche, $12.24. Hyperliquid, $21.67. And I just want to ask everybody a question. And let me know down in the chat. Do you feel like you live in an abundance mind state or a scarcity mind state? That's the question. Which one are you living in? And you could ask yourself which one you want to live in, but then ask yourself realistically, which one are you living in currently? Abundance or scarcity? And I think that's really important, some food for thought. So 105 for Flare, and I got the Super chat rolling in from Blues Guy says, I fell in love big time, baby. Flare to the moon. Much love and gratitude to all underground, my man. Thank you for all you do. You're amazing. Hey, I really appreciate you saying that. I appreciate you being a part of the community. I appreciate the super chat, the membership, and getting us one step closer to our goal of 5 super chats tonight. Just a little exercise. It's fun. If you don't super chat, don't worry about it. Be here and just be locked in for what we're doing. And of course, free link to the Discord in the chat. Now let's move over. Let's take a look at what is trending in crypto right now. If the computer will cooperate, that is. All right. It's not usually slow. It is a good computer. Of course, Seeker, #1 trending here. Everybody's excited about Seeker. Somebody who I know from even the Lifer community hit me up and said that they got an airdrop for Seeker tokens, and it's been pumping. It really looks like it's in a flag. They give me a live chart, but they don't give me trading view. I don't want to look at it here. I want to look at it in trading view. So somebody remind me that we want to take a look at Seeker in trading view, and it is the coin of the Solana phone ecosystem. All right, so we got Rain, Axie Infinity, River, Pudgy Penguin, Sentient, Hey Elsa, which I thought was really cool. Fight. I don't know what Fight is. Maybe it's a game. Does Fight sound like a game? It sounds like it would be a game. I'll check it out. And then this popped up. This was over on Crypto Rank. I see it's over here now. This Accurast. It's a very odd, name, but whatever. That's what they want to decide to do. So we'll take a look at a few things. Of course, I'll just show Seeker real quick at 4 cents, $245.1 million in its market cap. Token generation event, according to CoinGecko, is January 21st, 2026, which was yesterday. So this thing is hot off the press, brand new. You go to the 24 and the max, and it really doesn't look all that different. Sorry, January 20th, 2026. I was on the 24-hour chart. That'll always give you today, right? But this thing is still very much hot off the press. You can see it pumped, and it's done a really good job of holding. On the post that they had over on their Twitter, I will pull it up. It said that a lot of the people were staking it instead of selling it off, so that's always a really good look for this coin and this project. Said, I prefer balance. I don't want anything my heart desires because it will become meaningless. I don't want to ever go completely without because life gets scary real fast. Okay, so Cam's just saying he's hanging out in the middle. All right. I did appreciate everybody's feedback here. I live in abundance compared to some and scarcity compared to others. It's all relative. Yeah, I was, I guess, talking more about mind state, but definitely when it's compared to other people, it can change, right? Come on, regular. I want to see some super chats. What's up, Blues Guy? Blues Guy trying to get you guys amped up. That's what's up. I like to see that. All right. Hello, King of Flair. Scarcity because it's hard to break out of even once you realize you're in it from your past was and needs to get out of it before your future should be. Okay, well said. I take that. Andrew Tate says he doesn't even enjoy women anymore. Okay, that's random. I don't want to live in that world, man. Okay, there you go. The real Mr. J in the house. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for being here. Said I wouldn't believe every word Tate says. Yeah, that's for other people to comment on. I don't pay a lot of attention to it, honestly. I got many things to do. So 382,000 followers for Seeker. Seeker has been pumping. It's the talk of the town right now. If you're just rolling in, smash that like button. January 21st is the pinned post with 286,000 impressions. So this thing is getting some attention. Over 49% of Seekers who claimed SKR, it's a Seeker token ticker, are staking to earn rewards. This is cool. They're saying over a little under 50% of the people who got this airdrop have been staking it. That sounds like a strong community move in my opinion. Now, is it true? We are taking their word for it, right? And then, of course, got to show off the phone a little bit. I wish they would kind of show off the phone a little bit more because this is very is that what the phone looks like? It's just gray with nothing on it. That's kind of weird. Where's the camera? All right, here we go. Oh, it's got a slide action like this. See, I don't even know what the phone looks like because I just feel like they didn't do a good job of representing it on their website. Now, if I remember, there's a couple of different models out of this Seeker phone or whatever. There was the first one, which was the Solana Saga. We're not going to spend a ton of time on that. That is a phone. It's a Solana phone. And we could touch on it if they continue to be relevant and have a bunch of news. Shout out to anybody who's coming in here. Said balance is a good thing, but it's all what you believe in your mind state. If you think things are scarce, it will be. If you think abundance, it will come. Yes, sometimes you're right no matter what. You think you can do it, you're right. You think you can't do it, you're right. There you go. That's my opinion. River. Let's talk about River for a minute, because this thing has just remained trending. Look at that thing from $1.81. $1.81. When it came out September 21st, 2025, which is my birthday, by the way. Not in 2025, obviously. I wasn't born yesterday or last year. You get what I'm saying. You get what I'm saying. Anyways, River is up to $61. This thing just took off. 1.2 billion at market cap. So you have to ask yourself, it's River. What do River and water typically go together? Liquidity. Liquidity is the topic of the night. The IQ raising event of the night will be about liquidity. So stick around for that if you want to learn about crypto and how it all works together. Ethereum, Base, and BNB smart contract, right? But what is it? They got chain abstraction going on. Now, this is a new keyword in crypto. This is what is chain abstraction? Everybody know what abstraction really means? Abstraction is when you try to hide the complexity of crypto. All the, contract addresses, wallets, and seed phrases. You hide all of that from the users of the wallets and things like that, so that it just makes it for people who are not so tech savvy can use it and not get so confused or be intimidated by it. So wallet abstraction, chain abstraction, the idea philosophically of abstraction in general, I think is a really good thing in crypto. And if we keep, integrating it, I think we could push this out to more of the masses. Now, let's go look at the Twitter. Why do we look at the Twitter? Because we want to see what kind of attention River has around it. 191,000 followers. And it has 785,000 impressions. So what is River doing right? Oh, the real Mr. J with 50 Hong Kong dollars. Wow, throwing in some love. Man, that is awesome. Have a good day, all. I'm going to be honest, I don't know how much a Hong Kong dollar is worth, but it doesn't matter because I appreciate you so much throwing a super chat in. You know we're an upcoming channel, you know that. And so we just recently got super chats even available to us, and things like the membership. I made custom icon emojis and stuff. So this is all kind of new for the channel. I really appreciate you, brother. Thank you very much. That brought us to number 2 out of our goal of 5 super chats. You guys are amazing. Thank you for being here. And shout out to the real Mr. J for stopping by. We missed you, man. You've been mentioned. I just want you to know, Mr. J, you have been mentioned several times in many different lives where we talked about a few people who we wish we were seeing still. Anyways, let's talk about River. I don't want to get too off track for the people who are here who want to know more about River. So let's go over to their website. I'm going to go back to CoinGecko to grab that website. All right, so here we are. Chain abstraction, stablecoin system. Connect every asset to its opportunity. So with only 191 followers over on their Twitter, they got a lot of impressions. So what? They must have done some good marketing. Do they have a lot of influencers talking about it? Because again, this is very much in the vein of liquidity. The next 10 billion on-chain bank. River is the foundation of a unified economy where value flows seamlessly across assets, protocols, and ecosystems. Now, when I was talking to Blues Guy today, he's passionate about the Flare ecosystem. We got the Upshift video coming out tomorrow. He had even found connections to this interoperability even to Flare. So this thing is wide reaching and has a lot going on. It says earn, swap, stake, mint. This is what you would expect from a financial, narrative or category coin. And we will get out of that Web 2 website. It's cool for an introduction, but Web 3 website is where it's at. If you can't click connect a wallet, then you are probably not in a Web 3 website. And this is where real crypto lives. This is where real blockchain technology lives. A lot of people hold a token like Doge or Shiba Inu and they say that they're crypto people. If you've never logged in with your MetaMask wallet to a website to stake something or buy an NFT or staking it, just something, bridge an asset, then I don't know that you really understand the power of crypto blockchain technology, cryptocurrency, but most all blockchain technology that is in the back infrastructure. And over here on River, which see it's got an overview, chain abstraction, which means they're trying to make it, again, chain abstraction really means they're trying to make it easy for the user to use without having too many complications. And so I just want to reiterate that because you're going to see abstraction and chain abstraction a lot. So we got a lot of things going on at BF BTC with BNB. So we have some very odd pairs and coins going on here. A wrapped Bitcoin, a Hemi BTC. Now let's get into some other things. They got the Smart Vault. One click, yield module, zero liquidity risks. How do they give you a zero liquidity risk? I'm not sure. Maybe it's backed by something here. 40% APR, 42% over here. And so that's River 1 and River 2. These are high APRs. These are high yield. These are cool. Can they sustain those yields? I'm not sure. Man, this chat is just running. A lot changed since my absence. I believe somebody had reached out to you and they told me, I believe it was you that they told me about. And I just want to say that I hope that you are in tip-top shape and everything is good. I don't want to divulge too much because I don't want to give away anybody's personal information. Accumulate, he says, yeah, bro, our conviction is real for a reason. Shout out to the chat and everybody talking in here. I gotta show you Enosis. You're going to fall in love. I promise. I've been using it for a couple of days and the earnings is off the chart, he says. Hey, that's awesome. We did a video about Enosis. So you can find a pre-recorded video about Enosis on the channel. Now let's go to Prime Vaults. What's the difference between a Smart Vault and a Prime Vault? Well, let's see if we can find out. Institutional grade security with sustainable yields. So they're talking about sustainable yields. Are they kind of telling on themselves? Are they saying that those 42% yields are unsustainable? I don't know. What are they trying to get at here? But this seems like this is actually more set up for institutions, right? Institutional grade. Prime Vault is exclusively available to institutional participants. So you can't even participate in this without being an institution. You're talking big money. So they've done, a good job of targeting where a lot of money is, right? So from Ethereum, we have this bridge set up. You can go from Ethereum to BNB or BNB to Ethereum. I don't know if they have any other options here. They have a light mode. All right, I shouldn't have done that. Let's stay in pro. Let's stay in pro because we're some pros here. And then we have for fun. I have to connect my X account to it. I will do that maybe in the background somewhere. And then there's an airdrop that you can check. And this is River. What is River? It's water. What is water? It's liquid. We're talking about finances. Finances are liquidity. So let's go ahead and talk about the next project. Of course, for some reason, only when I'm live streaming, I have to hit the back button like 70 times to get it to go back. It's so weird. Here's another one that's new on the radar, a new recent token generation event. He says, thanks, fully recovery and slowly getting my life back on track. Blessed to be here. Man, I'm glad to hear that you're all right. I'm glad to hear things are getting better. You're recovering, and absolutely just God bless you, man. I appreciate you being here, and we all are just going to focus healing and positive vibes for you because we're a crypto family here. So we care about each and every person who comes and spends time with us and makes connection. So again, glad to hear that you're doing better and that you're back to the channel. So 2 cents, high 2 cents, call it 3 cents for Sentient. Let's go to the max chart. This thing came out January 22nd. 2026. That would have been today. So this thing launched today. We were looking at it yesterday, and I don't think there was a coin out. 210 million in its market cap, 34 billion in max supply, and only 7.2 billion out in circulating supply. So what does that tell you? It tells you that you take the circulating supply and you divide it by the market cap. It's the other way around, okay? You take the market cap, you divide it into the circulating supply, and that gives you the price per coin, price per unit, price per asset, whatever you want to call it. It doesn't change the math one bit. So let's go ahead and roll over to Twitter and see what they have going on. Motivation Hero. I don't know why I messed that up. Motivation Hero. Hello, strong motivation, souls. Let's grow today to the universe. Big respect to the channel. Big support. Hey, man, I appreciate you. Thanks for checking in constantly. Man, such a great community we have here. Definitely can't overstate that. Again, if you're not in our community, go join the free Discord. Link is in the chat. Motivation Hero, you still fasting? What day you on? How many hours you got going? Let us know. And I'm on day 3, I think, at this point. I think so. Or maybe it's day 4. I don't even know anymore. Sentient. I'm not paying attention. The less I think about it, the better I do. To ensure the artificial general intelligence is open source and not controlled by any single entity. So when you look at this, you'll see they have 585.6 thousand followers, right? How come River only has 191,000 followers? Seems like it should be the other way around. Is it because a lot of people are bullish on AI? I don't know. Pin post from 14 hours ago says, let's get sent. It's just somebody making a pizza. I don't know what the point of the pizza is, but they're going to send it. They're going to send that pizza because this is ticker sent. All right. 481,000 impressions. That was a pretty funny video. I'm going to give it to him. That was probably some good marketing. And who doesn't see a pizza and stop for a minute and check it out, see what it is? So that's probably just good marketing on their behalf. Let's go to the website. So the home of open source AI reasoning, where open source agents are built, tested, and improved by teams across the industry. So sentient, what is sentient, right? So that is something that is alive and has a soul and a spirit, right? I don't believe that AI is sentient yet. Maybe they'll figure that out. Maybe they never will, right? But I don't believe that they're there yet. I believe ChatGPT and a lot of things are just Google on steroids, if you will. Just a super Google, which is super useful. Don't get me wrong, but I don't think AI is sentient yet. But it's a great name because it really connects the dot for a lot of people. So stay up to date on new research, agent architectures, and community programs pushing grid and open source AGI forward. So I could read you all kinds of stuff from this website, but unless you're a developer, a nerd, somebody who really loves having a high IQ in tech or crypto, you're probably going to zone out on me a little bit. Excuse me. And so I'm just going to try to break this down for you, as we have already been over this project yesterday. So it says our research at the frontier of reasoning. So this whole project is about aggregating, bringing together many different people in AI to just kind of build this super AI, project that's all about researching and developing and pushing the envelope on the technology of AI. And I'm sure they'll have some products. I'm sure people will be building, but it really seems from my understanding of going over this that this is all about open source frontier AI, or open source AI that a lot of people could get into and get involved and just move AI forward. So the sentient token is now live. Claim your airdrops and buy on exchanges. So there is an airdrop going on. I'm not going to act like I know anything about what you had to do to qualify for said airdrop. So maybe on Crypto Rank, they're really good about that. Maybe we'll bring that up over there and we'll get to the bottom of that. Camsta says Sol as well. It is pampin'. Bankroll says 90K BTC. Says maybe like the first BTC exchange that was for 2 pizzas. There you go, Camp. So maybe that's what they were talking about. What's moving? Moving mountains together, guys. Exactly. We are doing big stuff. Shout out to the viewers tonight. We're up to 17 people on the stream right now. We are growing. Shout out. Let's keep that chat running and keep the algorithm feeding people in here. If you love cryptocurrency and you want more people to get educated in this space so they'll understand why this space is so amazing, like you already have come to understand, then let's keep that chat rolling. All right, let's hop into Crypto Rank. Let's take a look at our Fear and Greed Index. It is at 24. That is fear. It's not super low fear, but it's just barely between. Oh, actually, it's extreme fear. It is. I was going to say it's not extreme. It's not super low extreme fear. It is right between extreme fear and fear. And it was 7 days ago, 49. They do have this nice chart down here. You can pull the 6 months and really just look at where we were 6 months ago on the Fear and Greed Index and where we are now. We have had one green day in the greed at 61, and that would have been January 14th, 2026, and that's really all we've got. All right, let's keep moving. Just want to touch on the Fear and Greed Index every day because it's just a measurement of the emotion of the market. So let's go look at what's trending over on Crypto Rank. For anybody who doesn't know, we usually spend a little bit of time looking at what is trending in the beginning of this stream. And then we will move into some other things. So Lagrange Labs, ticker LA. We've been over it several times. I'm just going to briefly introduce it. It is the protocol is cross-chain infrastructure that enables the creation of generalized state proofs across all major blockchains. Now, you might not understand what that means. That will be for another time. Ethereum, BNB, Arbitrum, Base, and Optimism, very interoperable, which just means cross-chain. It just means things working together. There's a lot of terms in crypto that you just have to learn, like you would when you were in school and they gave you a bunch of definitionary words and you just had to memorize them and their meanings. It's kind of the same thing here. Don't let the big words scare you. They have simple meanings most of the time. So that's Lagrange Labs. I'm not going to spend too much time on it. We've gone over it for like 4 days. T, I don't know what this is. It's got 3 million raised. T is a decentralized technology protocol that enables OSS developers to be rewarded for their software contributions. Okay. OS usually refers to operating system, but what is OSS? I don't really know. It is backed by YZ Labs. Nice. Looks like they raised 8.9 million here. The top says they've only raised 3, so it just might not be up to date. And they do have YZI Labs as a backer, right? And so that is previously Binance Labs. I think it's probably still Binance. Let's go over to Twitter and see what kind of attention they have going on. Drizzy TV says, so many dope projects out there. Exactly. And if you like to stay up to date on the dope projects as we kind of reason our way through the different projects, what we think has high potential and what is probably just a repeat or a rugger, well, we do that live here every day, 8:30 p.m. New York time. Let me hit this water so I can keep giving you this sauce. Open source software. Okay, see, Mr. J. We always learn together. This channel is not about me standing up here and saying, look how smart I am. This is about us being a community and me holding myself accountable to deep dive and research crypto every day. All right, 200.6 thousand followers. I almost said million. 200.6 thousand followers. I'm tripping myself up. Empowering OSS developers and decentralized rewards. This is very much about developers, right? T Protocol, 250,000 impressions on the pin post from December 23rd, 2025. And that's pretty good for a project like this, I think. This is not going to get your average retail person very excited, right? This is very much for the techie developers, in my opinion. The open source economy, enhance the security of software supply chain, support the most important OSS projects, earn rewards, get recognition. T is a permissionless network powering the future of open source. T anchors open source cryptography and turns every signed commit into part of a global economy. I don't know why I can't talk tonight. Forgive me. All right, so I'm not going to spend a ton of time on this. That's what it is, right? It's a permissionless network that is all about rewarding developers for their contributions to things. And shout out to the developers, even though we know in crypto a lot of the bad things come by bad developers, bad actors. All the good stuff we have is also built by developers. So we can't be against developers, as I see sometimes a lot of people very negative against developers. If anyone has any projects they want to see, let us know. Exactly. Thanks for saying that, Bankroll. Thanks for that, involvement there. Some groups help you win. Some make you exit liquidity. Yes, I promise you'll never be exit liquidity on this channel because I am all about actually educating people in crypto. Sell frame. All right, so 10 cents here. I don't know what this is. Ticker sell. Cell frame is a quantum resistant layer 1 network focused on facilitating secure and scalable cross-chain transfers. Now, I haven't really seen a lot of projects in this quantum narrative pumping, except for a quantum resistant layer, or is it wallet? I can't remember, but quantum resistant ledger, I think is what it is one project that I've seen kind of up and down. But the more that I see these projects coming out around this quantum resistant narrative, if you will, okay. But here's the thing. We talked a lot, and I just want to talk to you for a minute. We talked a whole lot about narratives and why things stick around time after time and they need to solve real problems. Is quantum attacks a real problem? Well, I haven't seen any big news break about quantum attacks, right? I haven't seen Bitcoin wallets drained or Ethereum goes down. Like, I haven't seen anything big that has been directly, blamed on quantum computing attacks. So I don't know how much the need for this stuff is really there, but they're trying to gear up, I guess, before this stuff happens, before quantum computers are in everyday people's hands. But sometimes it feels like, I don't really know if this is a real problem or not. But speculation is the market, right? The market is speculation. It's not about what's real. So if enough people drum this enough and get people scared about quantum attacks, money might flow into these projects, right? Or people just see opportunities in new tech. 3.9 million in market cap, been as high as 81. I don't like that. I don't like when the chart looks like it's been crazy high and then hasn't done anything since. Let's switch to the weekly so that we can see when this thing first came out. It looks like 2021 December 6th. So this thing's been out for a long time. I don't know why it's trending today, but honestly, I'm good on it. I'm not too concerned about going over it any more than that. Here is QORPO World. And how long has this thing been out? Let's take a look. All right, let's flip it to the weekly. And this thing says February 26, 2024. So another older coin. We definitely looked at this yesterday, and it's a platform for democratizing gaming and merging advanced Web3 features under one roof. So let's hop over to the website and see how they are doing right now. Grow smarter every day on crypto with underground crypto. Hey, thanks for saying that. It is important to make sure you're surrounding yourself with positive people in crypto space so they can rub off on you. Hey, everybody, let's do something real quick. I want everybody to see how global the community is. Everybody put in the chat where you're from, so all of you guys can see that we're spread out all over the place. We're bringing the people who are focused and in the same niche and vein as us together on this channel. And I just want everybody to drop where they're from in the chat so that everybody can see that we're from all over the place, right? I mean, you saw that Mr. J, he super chatted in Hong Kong dollar, right? So obviously he's not living in, you know, Mexico. He's in Hong Kong. We have people from all over the place in the Discord. Can we look at Polygon? Yeah, sure, we absolutely can. Let me finish up this and then we'll go to Polygon. So QORPO token, and that's just such a weird name, to be honest with you. It's too long, too many letters. I don't see that being catchy. That's my first kind of thing I don't like about it. Your portal to AI powered play. This looks like such a different website than I was on yesterday. Did they update their website? Stake, you know, stake the native asset. I'm tired of saying it. And collect diamonds. Okay, so you can stake with them. Let's see. When we click that, do they take us to a Web3 version? No, that was weird. It just took me right back here. You were logged out. I was never logged in. How can I keep getting logged out? I've never been logged in. All right. The latest news. The website we looked at yesterday for this project I thought was better than this one. Let's go to games. Citizens Conflict. Are these the only two games they have? Server error. We're getting a lot of errors here. We are getting a lot of errors. So it seems like maybe they're updating their website. We will talk about it again, I'm sure, another day. It's a gaming, developing kind of project. It's in the gaming niche. That's really what you need to know. Tectum. I've heard that before. I don't think this is new. Oh, looks like there's some older coins that are getting a little bit of attention for some reason. Yeah, this thing is all the way back to the 17th of July, 2023. Conspiracy Crypto says, what's up, fam? Hey, welcome in, welcome in. I would appreciate it if you'd smash that like button and tell us, what you're into in crypto. You like meme coins, you like real use case coins, RWA, you like XRP, you like all of it. Let us know what you're into. We're all about raising that crypto IQ here on this channel. So Tectum is what we're talking about now. We're going over what's trending and what is, kind of new on the radar for tokens right now. Tectum is the world's fastest blockchain, a lightning-fast payment solution to transfer ownership of Bitcoin with minimal fees. Okay, so is this Bitcoin DeFi? Let's find out. Let's go over to their website, take a look at it. And shout out to everybody who's here. Love to see new names in the chat. If you're here just kind of lurking, don't be shy. Throw something in the chat. Let us know you're here. We love to have as many people in the crypto family we got going on as possible. So TCT is now live on decentralized exchange and centralized exchange. Okay, you can get it on Uniswap and MemeX. What can't you get on MemeX? One of my favorite places to buy tokens and trade. So it looks like you have to log into the account. It looks like they have a mobile app. Otherwise, I can't really look at much. And it's hard because I want to sign up and show you every little thing, but I go over so many websites every day. I might sign up for this and never see it again ever in my life. Coinbase, we talked about it as well yesterday, the day before. Coinbase is a platform designed to process stablecoin payments using programmable transaction rules. And today is day 4 of our series. We start a new series every week where we talk about all kinds of different things. And don't worry, I'm coming to Polygon for bankroll. It slipped my mind for a half second. Got a lot going on trying to keep everything straight for you guys in my brain right now. Crypto class of 2021, memes and DeFi. Crypto is the way. Hey, I love that. I love the name, by the way. Crypto Conspiracy. I rock with that. And just so you know, site's not working is a red flag for me. Hey, I could not agree more. And I believe it's the first time I've seen you in the chat, although it looks familiar. I might have seen your name before. There's a link to the free Discord where we hang out when we're not live streaming. We've got a really tight-knit community over there. If you're a real crypto person, I think you'll love the community. Feel free to join that Discord. All right, Poly X Matic, right? It used to be called Matic. Now it's Polygon. And so it's chilling at 13 cents. It is from all the way back in October 24th, 2023 token generation event, according to CoinGecko. 1.4 billion in market cap. It is number 57 by market cap in the crypto space. Infinite max supply. Immediately not my favorite thing. It is a layer 2 blockchain on Ethereum. And you'll see Polygon's got its own contract addresses. And you'll see down here layer 2, and they're using zero knowledge, proofs, rollups, both, I'm not sure, but they got the zero knowledge going on, which is the evolution of blockchain technology from optimistic rollups, optimistic proofs, stuff like that. It's not our first trillion. The go-to blockchain for payments, global payments, where trillions in assets move instantly at scale. This whole thing was all about, from the get-go, having transactions and money move on the Ethereum network and bringing down the fees, which in my opinion, I thought they did a good job. I've used Polygon as a product many times, and it was much cheaper than Ethereum, but still in the Ethereum blockchain, right? Legacy systems serve as an old world. The internet moves at the speed of light, but money is still stuck in a line at the bank. Real-time money built for the internet of blockchain rails, always on, no wait, no fees. Now, the price of Polygon has been very disappointing. I remember I bought, I don't know, $100 or $200 of it at about 30 cents way back in the day, like right before last bull run, if you're going by the 4-year cycles. So this thing has been heavily disappointing. Now, one thing I want to do, because I know how bankroll rolls, and I want to jump over to TradingView, and let's pull it up over there so we can take a look at what it is doing on the chart. Takes a second to switch you guys over. All right, where is River? River is just gone ski. All right, I don't see any TA here for River. Let's move on and let's look at Pol or Polygon or Matic, whatever you want to call it. They have rebranded, and we want to take a look at it. What I like perpetuals on, say, Binance or something. There you go. That's what I'm looking for. And let's bring that up. All right, what do we got going on? We're on the 1 minute. Let's start with like the 4 hour first, maybe. And we all know what BTC has been doing, right? So you know what the environment is like out here in crypto. Oh, he says first time here. Okay, shout out to Conspiracy Crypto. Thanks for stopping by. Hey, that Illuminati Owl is about to go green on the 4 hour. Yeah, we put a trade out for Owl. I will show that in just a second. Polygon has burns or unlocks coming, I heard. Oh, well, which one is it? Because burns would be one thing and unlocks would be another. We kicking it all day in the Discord. Yeah, Bankroll is one of our resident people in the Discord. We gave him his own tab just because he's so enthusiastic and involved. He's doing his thing. We love to support. That's one thing that we do. Like, we gave Bankroll a tab in the Discord because he's so involved and actually excited about crypto, and he's trying to do all kinds of different stuff, show people stuff. He's so enthusiastic and involved. Blues guy, super enthusiastic and involved with the Flare ecosystem and XRP type stuff. All of that stuff really goes together, and we do videos and put those out on long form content on the channel. So if you're really enthusiastic about something, just understand that this is a good community for you to come into, because we care about your enthusiasm, where I guess a lot of people just kind of ignore you and they just want you to focus on the person on the screen and, I don't know, buy something. Half the time they're shilling you something. Anyways, I digress on that. So we're getting, it looks like maybe a bounce off the 4 hour for Polygon. Looks like measured move would take you up to something like 21 cents. From here, that's like 13.5 cents. Let's pull our price range and see what you would get from here to there. That would be 62.5%. And then let's pull our Fibonacci from this impulse here. And let's see where you bounce. Let's make sure we got that done well. All right, so many lines. I know it can get a little crazy. Bear with me. The 786 is my favorite place. This is the purple line, but you are just kind of bouncing off of the 6.5 and the 618. That's very golden pocket. And that 200 looks like it's going to hold you from coming down to the 786. My favorite place to buy are the 706. These are all Fibonacci or retracement numbers. Think of it like measuring fear, right? So this would be 50% fear. This would be 61% fear. This would be 70% fear. And this would be 78% fear. That's them pulling down where people have positions and they're getting scared and they're selling at a loss on their position. This is how the market maker makes his money. Definitely don't get tricked into thinking the market maker is just there so you have an amazing place to trade and make money. He's there to make money too. And he built the system, right? He built the product. Sorry, it's green already. Thanks, just got in the Discord, always looking for new insight. Hey man, welcome in, welcome in. I am really glad to have you. Bankroll and Melissa shares many good stuff in the Discord. Yeah, a lot of active people. And see, I really set out to build a community, and I'll throw the owl thing up while I talk for a second. I set out to build a community of people who are all very much in crypto, but they like different stuff. Some might be traders, some like meme coins, some trade this, trade that. Some are always looking for the next project that's going to 100x. Some are just really into different ecosystems, different tech. And I wanted to bring us all together, and I'm still doing it day by day. It's a grind, you know, to bring it together day by day. But that will bring this experience where you come into the Discord and you can kind of learn from all kinds of different people. You can see all of this different stuff, and we'll have it all in one place. That is the goal. That is the dream. Also, to keep myself consistent and researching every day. Anyways, let's talk about Owl. Owl is new on the radar here. I believe it's called Owl Finance. So category Owl, or category finance, ticker Owl. I get ahead of myself. I do talk a little bit too fast, I feel like sometimes. No, I am not nervous. I just like to keep it interesting. I feel like I go on some people's streams and they talk like this. I don't know if they're like trying to build time and just like get to an hour mark without having, people lose interest, but I don't like it. I like to talk like this. I like to talk fast. I'm the type of person who puts a video in, 2 times speed if somebody talks too slow. But I do need this water. Anyways, this is Owl Finance. This is a chart on the 4 hour. And let's see what's going on here. Melissa says, it seems like every time I put something in the chart, it magically goes down. It pisses me off sometimes. Hey, that's the environment that we're in. Most things are under their 200-day moving averages, and bullish stuff is far less likely to play out at that point. We're just kind of getting to the place where maybe BTC will play ball above that 200 moving average on the 15, which is a smaller time frame, but a bigger one than the 1 and the 5 and all of that stuff, right? So we're getting a little bit into a bigger time frame. We're going to check on that in just a minute. I keep getting sidetracked because I have a million things that I want to tell you about, and we just got to do one thing at a time. So this is Owl. Looks like maybe 100% move. Prices move the slightest. Call it 99% move. If you look here, you have a 3.2 or 3-to-1 ratio. You can actually tighten this up under these wicks here. and get like a 4.5 to 1 risk reward ratio, which is a good ratio if you are a trader. You know, that's a great ratio. Anyways, BTC, I just wanted to show the 15-minute for BTC is above the 200. You have the 21 crossing the 200. You're getting a little bit of separation, but it's really not too bad. What we want to see here is we want to see a flag. We want to flag out in some way, even if it's something like this, and then we want to see this measured move here in some shape or manner, right? And so from there, we will kind of take a look at that, and we'll see what fills out here. I have a feeling the more, sideways flag is probably what it's going to be, but who knows? It's been so volatile. Now let's get back over to where we left off on. I just wanted to, I know Bankroll's all about charts and trading and stuff, so I wanted to make sure that we did some TA on Polygon for him. All right, there we are. I have so many things up in the background. It's a little crazy. I'm not going to lie. So that's Polygon for you. Let's get back to what was trending over on Crypto Rank. I think we have some projects to go through for sure. Every day lately, there has just been so many projects to go through. Sometimes it takes us an hour just to look at everything that's trending, but we're doing our due diligence. Are you in a hurry? Sometimes if you're in a hurry, you're going to miss stuff. We do 2 to 3 hour streams, so we are here to make sure that we don't miss anything. Zeta Markets, or ZEX, is the ticker. And Zeta Markets, decentralized finance, DeFi, futures and options exchange built on Solana. This is interesting. So many of these popping up nowadays, honestly. Decentralized exchange with perpetuals and all of that jazz. It seems like I find 2 new ones come out every week, if not more. So we have the 24th of June 2024. So there you go. 11 million in market cap, been as high as 43, but that's not horrible. As far as some of the ratio between market cap and all-time market cap can be pretty drastic sometimes. Around the world, says Camsta. Yep, crypto going around the world. Very much appreciated. It's crypto. It goes up and down exactly. You get a little numb to it. When you're new to the crypto markets, you'll freak out a lot about the price going up and down drastically. When you've been here for forever, you're like, it's all right. We're going to figure it out. You can short the market. You can long the market. You can, do all kinds of different things. You can hold until it goes back up. A realized loss means that you sold and you realize the loss. Sometimes I've been down, I just hold. Sometimes I hold for a year and then I'm back up drastically. It just really depends. And it used to be a different market, but I digress. Bullet, Solana's first network extension built for trading. So this is Bullet. It says trade at the speed of light. So good branding, I feel like. Cool logo they got there. I don't know how that's supposed to be a bullet. Maybe it's supposed to be like a bee or something. I don't know. 93.1 thousand followers. Pin post from 12 hours ago says the all-in-one trading 4.2 thousand. What I like to do with this is I like to get right over into the website for these type of projects and take a look at what they actually have. Because people can promise you everything. So they have early access. Where does that take you? Do they actually show me anything? That's what I want to know. Says love that song. Cam Ondo has my attention right now. Take profit 1503. The more screen time you get, the less emotion start to have. Yeah, exactly. You have been referred to the bullet waitlist. Okay, so this thing is not out yet. Everybody's got to start somewhere. You can try the test net. I don't know. Is this how we get some kind of reward? And the McAfee says we tested this page and blocked content from risky sites. All right, and I'm out of there. I've never seen that notification before from McAfee ever. So I'm just going to have to say goodbye to that one. But anyways, it didn't look that amazing. It's just in testnet. It hasn't actually launched. And how can it just be in testnet, dude? This thing's been around since 2024. I don't know. I'm out on this one. That's my assessment. No, thank you. It's like if you hit the back button a couple of times, it does nothing. And then if you click it one more time, it sends you like all the way back to the beginning. It's kind of annoying. USD1 is trending. Where are my new projects? Zama, think fully homomorphic encryption. That's what Zama's all about. We've been over it so many times. It is crazy. River we went over. Seeker we went over. And Vera, we've been over quite a few times, but we'll touch on it and tell you what it is real quick. Vera is an on-chain neobanking for earning spending with crypto cards, investing in tokenized assets, and on-chain borrowing via financial identity score. Who's excited to have your digital financial identity score so that they can tell you what you can and can't do based off of that score? It's going to be great. I hope you guys are all excited about that. CoinEx is a technology platform designed to establish a marketplace for autonomous system. I thought this was pretty cool, to be honest with you. They've raised $15 million, and it's just a marketplace. Think of your app store. Whether you have, Android or Apple, it doesn't really matter. You have an app store nonetheless. And this would more or less be like an app store for AI type stuff, for agentic type stuff, turning robot labor into on-chain liquidity. So I thought it was really interesting. You have proof of physical work, universal task language, market price AI intelligence. You come in, maybe it's AI agents that you could borrow, but also they're talking about real robots. Maybe you're a farmer, right? See, look at this responsive agriculture, right? And they make all of these different drones and machines. Some of them plant plants, some of them, fertilize plants, some of them might even water plants. And you want to just hire for the day or for the week a swarm of these drones to come in and just fertilize a certain crop or something of that nature, plant a certain crop, and you could come onto their marketplace and buy for a day, get in touch, all the things that you need. That seems like that is the idea here. Nice looking website. I'm going to give them that. They do have a nice looking website, but I need to see a product. This is the stage that I'm at now, since we've been deep diving and researching so much. Like, I really need a button that says, AI store here or whatever, like get started. Let's see where that takes me. This just takes me to documents though. See, I don't want to read documents right this second. I want to see an actual marketplace. So why they launch before they're ready, I don't know. I don't like projects that launch on a promise, right? On a whim, on a like, give us your money, get involved, and maybe we'll do something. That takes all the incentive away, right? Now they don't really need to build anything because they're already filthy rich. They already got your money. Why do they need to build anything? It's very few projects that actually build something at that point. Accurist. I don't know how I'm supposed to say it, but it's still a crazy name. I don't know why they went with that, but I digress. 14 cents. Accurist is a decentralized computation network using smartphones for secure execution, and I've seen this on a few projects recently. They want to build, everything is about AI and resources. So whether it's AI anywhere else or AI and blockchain technology, resources are the name of the game. Everybody wants AI to run the world and do a million things and manage your portfolio and trade for you but that takes a large amount of resources and power, and then people turn around and they don't want to pay for it. They want it for free. That's not going to happen. It's too expensive. But what you have is a lot of people coming in on the back end of AI and tech in general, and they're trying to farm a bunch of resources together. Think of Grass, a project I have linked in the description, where you can use your unused internet to basically farm some of their points, and then they give you airdrops, and hopefully that's going to result in some money. They're still a new up-and-coming project, but I have a little bit of faith in them, so I've been talking about them, and I do have an affiliate link. But this is the same idea. So take a decentralized computation network and add a bunch of mobile phones in, so every little bit of resource, data, memory, storage, RAM, whatever, in any of these devices could all be put together into one big cloud of resource, and then they can sell that. They can sell that on the back end to AI projects like ChatGPT and all kinds of different stuff, and they can make a ton of money. And for your participation, they throw you a little bit of something. Now, what they throw you, I don't know. I'm not sure about that. But this idea comes in a lot of different forms and fashions, but we see this as a constant narrative. They really should coin a term for this idea. Something like AI resource fi. Resource fi would be a good one, right? What are y'all talking about? Wyckoff. Man, this clove water has me going. There you go. Is everything I have onto spot, holding it for my wife. So far, she's only down 50%. Well done. This is entry almost Ondo here. Yep, been talking about Ondo. I've been holding Ondo for quite some time. Reason your way through some things with us, things like that. Exactly. Shout out to the chat. Shout out to the chat. So next we're talking about Bitway. Bitway is a layer 1 blockchain protocol designed for Bitcoin DeFi, and it integrates Bitcoin wallets supporting Taproot native SegWit and Bitway native addresses without needing EVM wallets and bridging. I'm pretty much not bullish on Bitcoin DeFi. It never seems to get a lot of attention or do well. It says they raised $1 million. Says, I like to put a little DMT in my water, really gets the imagination going. Okay, that's a hot take there. The Internet Capital Gateway. So Bitway is all about Bitcoin DeFi, but it seems like they're connecting some other things together, connecting on-chain capital to global opportunities. I think the problem with a lot of Bitcoin DeFi is they want people who are holding Bitcoin to come and use their Bitcoin and have that liquidity circulate, but people are holding it as digital gold, and I don't think people who hold gold really want to get out and move around in the ecosystem. That's just what I feel like is holding Bitcoin DeFi back, says I'm not allowed in their area. The joys of the things the previous people in America did to crypto to make everybody terrified of getting sued or tracked down by the regulators, and now a lot of stuff is not really available to us here in America, but that'll change, and it is changing. Needed that. All right, what do we got here? Saturn. We got 2 more projects to go through here at least. Saturn is a stablecoin yield protocol. There you go. Yield protocols, that's passive income, if you will. YZI is, previously Binance Labs. They're the backers here. What'd they raise? 800,000, so less than $1 million. It's a synthetic dollar protocol built on digital credit. Its design is based on the use of digital credit mechanisms combined with U.S. Treasury related instruments. Okay, so let's go ahead and flip over to their website. Actually, kind of want to see what kind of traction they have over on Twitter, because they seem like a really small project. Yeah, 2,382 followers, very small. Doesn't mean bad, it just means new. All right, January 15th pin post, 261,000 impressions. That's a great amount of impressions versus how many followers they have. Now, did they pay to have this promoted? I don't know. Excited about announcing Saturn's raise of 800K from YZI Labs. All right, and let's go to the website where it'll be easier to learn a little more about this. 11% yield backed by Bitcoin. I think there's a lot of people out there, especially Bitcoin maxis, that would like this. First gold, then sovereign, now Bitcoin. The first verifiable, transparent, global credit system. Next phase of Bitcoin is digital credit market backed by digital gold, which is Bitcoin, of course. US DAT earns yield by bringing digital credit on-chain, unlocking global access. There's a lot of talk about, Bitcoin-backed loans, being able to take out loans against your Bitcoin, hold your value. Bitcoin continues to go up. You have money to use, and debt is tax-free. That's what the rich know. If you didn't know that, debt is tax-free here in America. I'm talking about America. Transforming Bitcoin into a productive credit base for the digital economy. Now, I don't know if debt is tax-free in other parts of the world, as I have only really been in America. I haven't been everywhere else yet. And then we have this very strange-looking project called Perry. Previously, Kiva AI looks like a rebrand. Rebrands a lot of times are not very generous to the project. Perry offers a platform for managing training data for artificial intelligence. This is another one built around forwarding and evolving the technology of AI. The system is built around workflow that incorporates human experience and data annotations, processes aiming to support multi-model AI models across text. This is probably very, very dry for a lot of people here. 17.5 million, but we do want to put it on your radar. This is Perry. Let's go ahead and see how much attention they have over on Twitter, if it'll go. 867, just like the last project we were looking at. February 19th, 2025, 18,000 impressions. Okay, that was about what I expected there. Let's go take a look at the website. Because honestly, the website I do think matters quite a bit. Palau brings wisdom to data. Training data you can trust at the speed you need. Fully visible, full visibility, same thing. Expert in the loop, quantity and scalable delivery. Healthcare, medical imaging. Okay, so this is all about data. I'm not very excited about this one either, but who knows? Anything can pump on speculation or even just, pump groups. Pump groups pump things. That doesn't mean that it's good. Let's look at our top gainers, top losers today. Hey Elsa, top gainer. This Radix, XRD, 46.2%. Sentient, we went over that, 39.9%. We have BXN at 38.5%. Troll at 24.4%. And Fight at 20.6%. I don't think we looked at Fight. Did we look at Fight? I don't think we did. 51.5 million in market cap, 10 billion tokens, 2 billion in circulation. January 22nd, which is today. And let's go look at their website. It's a Solana token. Fight fueling the on-chain future of combat sports. Okay, so this is very much a combat sport kind of thing. What is the other one that they put on in like Vegas and all kinds of places? What is that? It's like UFC for crypto influencers. It's kind of hilarious. I can't think of the name of it. All right, we're moving on. What is Fight Foundation? The Fight Foundation is the backbone of Fight ecosystem. Okay. A community-driven initiative connecting builders, creators, and innovators in the world of combat sports. We're focused on developing open, transparent, and fair opportunities for everyone passionate about Fight Club, Web3, and fan engagement. So they are just literally copying the idea of another project that's already successful at this that I wish I could think of the name of. Anybody know the name of the crypto influencer Fight UFC company project? They put on mini fights. BitBoy fought for them. J-Chains fought for them. Many other influencers have fought for them. It says, what are you drinking? It's Celtic sea salt and electrolytes. It's a natural electrolyte blend that I got. Lots of your sodiums and salts in there. Already have my apple cider vinegar. Shout out to Blues Guy. All right. Just Frog and whatever this Shimigus, which looks like some kind of alien frog, are your top losers of the day. And then Mind Network, we've been over a few times. Pal AI. How is Pal AI even losing? I mean, doesn't it have to pump to lose? Dang. I do own a little bit of this, and it has been just absolutely dwindled down to nothing. All right, let's go over to our Crypto IQ raising event of the night. All right, apparently that needs to load. So we'll look at something else for a minute. This is our Fogo fishing boat. It is still mining here. We always got all kinds of things. At the very end of the stream, everybody, we always do an underground crypto hangout session where we play some games, we do some different things. I'm just getting the talking points up for today. So if you could just bear with me for a half a second. Crypto fight night. There you go. Salt is electrolytes. No need to add. Yeah, it just felt like it's a little more well-rounded. It's good stuff. But yeah, I do know that salt is what is electrical. So I got you. I definitely got you on that. Just wanted to make sure I was getting good, potassium, sodium, salts, and all of those things as I am fasting and I am on the third day. And there's different types of fast. Some people are crazy about this, that, and the other. Some people dry fast. Some people only have water. Some people have some coconut water for electrolytes and stuff. I just like being empty and having that great energy boost, right? That's what it's all about for me. And also, health in general. Salt curates the connection with the cells in the blood and your body's energetic field. Water and salt, that's all you need. Absolutely. That's all you have to have. All right. So let's raise that crypto IQ. Let's talk about liquidity, right? So have you ever noticed how crypto always seems to talk about the same things at the same time? This seems like it is in the wrong place. Okay, I just thought maybe I had the old talking points from a different day here. All right, just want to make sure we have the right thing. All right, people think crypto prices move because of the news, tweets, hype, or charts. But none of that actually matters. All right, so let's dive in. Let's put our thinking caps on here. Let's raise that crypto IQ. I'm in the right place now. People think crypto prices move because of the news, tweets, hype, and charts. But none of that actually matters. What matters is liquidity. Where money can move determines everything. What liquidity really is. Liquidity isn't money. It's how easily you can buy, how easily you can sell without moving the price. High liquidity equals a stable market. Low liquidity equals wild swings. That's why a lot of people, when they're trading tokens, only trade things with good liquidity. But who controls it? Because that's what this series has really all been about, is who is behind, who controls liquidity, who runs the blockchain, who owns the infrastructure. That's what this series has been about if you haven't been following along day to day, Monday through Friday, 8:30 p.m. New York time. So liquidity isn't owned by retail. It's controlled by whales, market makers, exchanges, and over-the-counter desks. These players provide depth, remove volatility, or they create it. Market makers place bids, place asks, if you understand what that means, and earn spreads. They stabilize markets, but also they influence the price. They don't gamble, they manage the flow of liquidity. Exchanges as power centers. Exchanges control listing, trading pairs, leverage, and liquidations. They see all the order flows and profit from the volume. They shape what trends, and they also shape what dies or doesn't make it. Whales, aka large holders, move the markets, scare retail, and create narratives. That's their job, right? Move the market, scare the heck out of retail, take their money, and create narratives. One wallet can dump, trigger panic. One wallet can dump, trigger panic, and start cascades. Over the counter. Big trades don't hit charts. They go off market privately through brokers. Price moves later, so they can get the move and make their money without directly. Basically, some of them are so big that if they started selling, one, they would never be able to fill right away, but also, the price would drop and their value would go down. They want to go over the counter so they can get their full value, and then later on the market catches up and things drop. Yeah, you have that in the salt, bro. Salt, yep, sodium, contain element, potassium, and magnesium are the 5 types. These are 5 types of magnesium. Talk to me, Dexter. It's hilarious. Good job. You know it, man. That's why you the man underground. Hey, I appreciate you saying that. Yeah, ask me. You mean ask means buy-in. Right. I add steak spice to my eggs that has salt in it. Right? I mean, it does, but is it like iodized like table salt, or is it like real ocean hand harvested nutrient dense salt? But we are getting off topic. Let me get back to it. So VC, venture capitalists, unlocks. When tokens unlock, insiders sell. Liquidity is then absorbed, price reacts. It's all mechanical. Order book illusions. Thin books, fake pumps, fake dumps, manipulation, easy. So they are easy to manipulate. Deep books, harder to move. So it's harder to move when there's a lot of liquidity. Most people should know that. Probably table salt. Yeah, exactly. Derivatives. Perpetuals amplify moves. Liquidation cascades and volatility explodes. Spot follows derivatives, right? This is a little bit more on the trading side of things, so I guess if you're not a trader, this might be a little confusing to you. But this is all about liquidity and who is mostly utilizing liquidity. Well, charts, markets, traders, stuff like that. Why retail loses. Retail chases candles, buys tops, sells fear. Liquidity players provide exits, not entries. The real trade-off, liquidity brings stability and efficiency, so that's the positive side, but also control and centralization. Core insights, crypto isn't random, it's flow-driven. Follow liquidity, not narratives. In closing, if you want to understand crypto, stop watching price influencers and hype and start watching where the money moves. That is the game. Thank you for participating in the crypto raising event, Underground Crypto Deep Dive Show. I hope you learned something. We try to learn something about crypto and how it works every day on this channel. Bouncing back over to the crypto bubbles, see if anything is going on in the hour here. Not anything amazing. Look, Shuffle's doing something. This thing is an interesting project, up 3.2% on the hour. You got this VVV or Venice token up 2.2%. So this is what's starting to move on the hour. Let's see. We got Fogo. Fogo's interesting. That's what this is, by the way. This is like a mining that has to do with Fogo. It's very, it's interesting. I don't know how much this is. I don't know if this is just built on Fogo or if this is directly related to actual Fogo. You're like mining this fish coin and they're unprocessed and then you have to process them. You get a bonus for holding them. I'll show that in just a second here. So when you come here, you'll see I only mined 8,800 of them, but I get a 5,000 bonus yield from holding them. And then you have to go to an exchange and actually, first you got to process them, then you got to go to an exchange and actually swap them. It's very interesting. Hey man, watch how the money moves. I got to tell my wife, she's the grocer. There you go. Tell her you want some Celtic sea salt. You might need to get it off of like Amazon though. They might not have it at the store. Underground, you awesome. Appreciate you saying that. And I don't know, where do we go from here? I feel a little bit off. Like I feel like we covered so much. We even did our top gainers, top losers. Can't believe it's only been like an hour. What's up with that? Let's see. Yeah, I feel like this stream has gone fast today. What is up with that? Anybody have anything they want to talk about? Anybody have anything? I'm just going to open the floor for a second and see if anybody has anything that they want to say. We do have the pink sea salt. Just add that instead. Well, it's probably better than any table salt. That's for sure. Pink salt comes from the ground, mostly in India, though. Will I live, Doc? Maybe, maybe not. This is never health advice or financial advice. This is not advice at all. I'm not even real. I am an AI-generated bot. I'm just kidding. All right. Let's see. Blue Sky says, bro. Here he comes. Well, while I take a second to figure out what the heck I want to do. I don't know why. I feel like the show's over. I feel like I talked about everything there was to talk about. We did our normal run through, but I know I must be missing something. What am I missing? Can we look at Ondo chart? Yeah, absolutely. After I play this round of Panzer Dogs. I guess I'm just gearing up for DeFi Friday, which is tomorrow. Should be a lot of fun. Play some DeFi games on a Friday while everybody's out running around the town doing all kinds of crazy stuff. I'm going to be raising my crypto IQ, relaxing with some DeFi games. I can't believe we went through the stream so fast. Maybe it's not as fast as I think. Let's see. It's going on 10. I am a little bit tired from fasting. The energy's good. I can tell my body's tired. I've done nothing but like work out a lot. So I can tell my body's tired. But I'm going to go over Ondo. Don't worry. I'm not making excuses. I'm still going to go over Ondo. And I look forward to DeFi Friday for sure. It's a little bit more chillaxed. I don't feel like I have to I don't know, raise everybody's IQ, even though we do that a little bit too. Man, this lagging is terrible. Come on now. Those were easy kills, and I couldn't get nothing. Plus, I love showing off this game, just in general. Got him. I love watching the shots go right through him as if I didn't hit him. Gotta love that. 25 seconds left, and we will be going over Ondo. Bang. Got him. 11 seconds, and we will be going over Ondo. Wow. I'm doing terrible at this game right now. All right, and that is game. All right, let's go take a look at Ondo. All right. All right, we got perpetuals for Ondo over at Binance. And I didn't click on it. You have to actually click on it. Crazy. Wow. This thing is dumping. It's down at 34 cents. Yo, what is that? Wick. It wicked down to 23 cents? That is terrible. All right, let's get to like the hour. It's a little bit more relevant here. So you're still definitely down under the 200 MA. You got the shoulder, head, and somewhat shoulderish going on here. That would give you a measured move of this. That would definitely get you up to like 37 cents, and it would get you back above the 200 on the hour. Let's drop down to the 15. 15's above the 200. I like to see that. Very Bart Simpson-ish. You know, got your looking like Bart Simpson. I don't know what the heck Bart Simpson looks like. I do, but I couldn't draw him. But anyways, like a very Bart Simpson-ish looking pattern, which we just recently did on BTC. But as long as it stays above, you know, that 200, you might be able to get a move. Let's jump down into the 5-minute. Now that we know the 15 is above that 200. You do have this, and I'll fix it in a second. There you go. It's a little neater, a little nicer. And it looks like maybe 35 cents by Friday. So tomorrow. Just barely. That's probably just past midnight for me because it's already 10. So not like in the middle of Friday, but probably like, you know, 1 in the morning or something like that. Which is just like 3 hours from now. All right. I need to read what's going on in this chat. There's probably way too much going on here that I'm missing. You look at Ondo. No such thing as pink salt. The Himalayan salt you refer to is toxic. It is ground salt. Yes, exactly. I threw that stuff out a long time ago. Ondo, Brondo. That's hilarious. Stop and get real sea salt, man. That's it. Yeah, exactly. I think it's real sea salt. I'll get it out. Hold on. It's Himalayan pink salt. Yeah, that's a ground salt. Usually full of toxins. I do know that what Blue Sky is saying is kind of right here in the chat. So what exactly is Himalayan salt? That's my go-to in the kitchen. It is a ground salt that's usually mined in India. All right, it doesn't come from the sea. You want sea salt. Sea salt's better, in my opinion. You just said the two bad things Blue said together in one. Yeah, that's hilarious. I don't know, but it's in the pantry. My wife is trying to kill me with toxic salt. Go figure. Hey, he's figured it out. It's a conspiracy. Zoom way out, says Bankroll. I lost money on Ondo. That's hilarious. We need to upgrade our salts. Exactly. Celtic sea salt. That's the king right there. I posted an Ondo chart in my tab. It's just Nephilim remains. That is hilarious. I love that. We need healthy channel. We need a health channel. I know this thing is like threatening to turn into a health channel. We do that in the Underground Crypto Hangout, which we're almost in. Let me go look at the Discord and see what Bankroll's talking about here. Oh, he posted in the main hangout. I'm in his tab. Okay. I don't know if it's not updating. I don't see anything in the tab. I see a GIF. See, talking about a render short. Okay, Ondo. Here we go. And so you really want to zoom out here, huh? Oh, you're on the daily. Okay, I see what's going on. Let's move Ondo to the daily. I never know if somebody was looking for like a trade on the 5-minute or if they're trying to see, you know, what's going on the weekly. I saw that you had marked out for sure what you thought or whatever, some heat maps, some liquidity levels. That can be important. Ondo, man, just absolutely crushed. I almost just want to go to the weekly. Looks like one giant head and shoulders, right? I just think this is funny. I'll get out of this in a second. But look at this. Shoulder, head, shoulder. The thing is, how hard can Ondo go down? They promised us that Ondo was the RWA token, and I haven't seen nothing about anything being positive for Ondo here. I don't even know what to say about this other than it's got what looks to be like maybe a big rounded bottom coming in. I would wait for this thing to get above a meaningful 200 MA. You were above the 15, right? In the 1 hour you're under, 4 hour you're under. Yeah, everything's going to be under. It is very low and bottomed out, that's for sure. Mr. J says, gotta sign off to my morning meetings. Peace, guys. God bless. Hey, God bless you, man. Welcome back, and we will see you on the next deep dive. Thanks for being here, as always, and thank you for the super chat. Yeah, scroll up. I did that. Kind of what I'm watching. Pretty soon, we will have a cooking party part of the show with Himalayan salt. Hey, that's a good idea. Maybe not Himalayan salt, but we'll be cooking with Celtic salt. It's worth a crack, man. I really have a feeling. How much more can it go down? Well, that's one take. If you look at the head and shoulder on the weekly, it's a lot. It could go to negative 1,000 or something. I don't know. That wasn't a real number. I was just pulling stuff. All right, I'm porting us back over. And I'm ushering in the underground crypto hangout part of the night. Feels like we were already there. I will look at a chart if somebody wants to, but I don't know. I feel like we covered everything in an hour and a half. It's a Thursday night. It's been an awesome night. People showed up. The community showed up. We got 2 super chats. That's pretty awesome. And we talked about a bunch of stuff about crypto and also about salt. Talked about salt too. So, you know, you might come here for the salt content. You might come here for the crypto content. But either way, we got you. Massive token unlock event January 18th, which released approximately almost 2 billion tokens, about 50% of the supply. Why would they do that? At the time, valued at roughly 886 million based on pre-lock price. Why would they do that? I mean, they got to know that's going to crush the token. Like, so why would you do that? They do stuff like that. It never makes a lot of sense to me, honestly. But what can I say? Oh, yeah, he thinks he's slick. Hitting me with that rocket. All right, I need health. Help. Health. I don't know. I'm in the mood to just play a DeFi game right now. Maybe it's the 3-day fast. And again, I feel like we really covered everything. We are staying up to date here on what is trending and going on. Shout out to Seeker for probably being the most exciting thing going on right now as far as market pumping. coins going to the moon. It's pretty much just Seeker. Wow, how many times can I miss this guy? It is insane. I don't know, is it lagging? Something's going on. Alright, this is ridiculous. I can't hit nobody. I think this game is cheating me. This might be the worst I've ever played at this game. Hilarious. Alright, I just watched my shot go right through him. That's no fair. What's up, Blues guy? Can tell you're trying to get our attention. Says, guys, hey, trying to talk to you guys. All right, I got the machine gun. This thing kicks. And the game's over, of course. Says, do you know I'm making money even if the market drops? Flare ecosystem, passive income. Check out the video on Upshift. It launches tomorrow at 9:45 p.m. Do you guys get notifications? Don't sleep on it. Love you all. Prevent early investors from immediately dumping on their allocation post-launch, which could crash the price. You know me, Underground, a unlock this big. You know they could have done. You know me, Underground. Okay. Why they could have done an unlock this big. And speaking of passive income, I am still mining some BNB on chainers. It is very little, like very, very, very little, very tiny amount. I wouldn't even call it passive income, but I check in on it usually once a day. I usually check into this maybe once or twice a day, usually when we're live. It's it's nice to just have something to mess with. Yeah, you're right, Bankroll. It does lead to a bigger one-time impact for sure. And then maybe all the coins are out, right? But if that was the hurdle from the get-go, why didn't they just launch all the tokens when they launched? Well, what are they in a hurry to get those tokens out for? You know what I mean? Like, if they want to launch, just launch and put all the tokens out at one time. That's what I say. Trying to get my free NFTs here. I gotta say, I don't hate this game. As silly and stupid as it looks, it's still better than Maddle. Even though I think Maddle looks a little cooler, but it's not fun to play. At least the dynamics of this are fun. Panzer Dogs is really fun to play. All right, let's see what's going on here. Are you still cooking your steak on Meme Core? Yep, absolutely. Later, Camsta. Bedtime for me, guys. Have a good night. Absolutely. Adios, muchachos. Exactly. I'll show the steak thing in a minute. As soon as I am like dead at this game. I just need to get to 1,000 to get my NFT. The other day I was playing this and I just zoned out and played it, and I got to like 10,000 and I was like, yeah, there's no point in doing this. All I need to do is get 1,000. And then I get my NFT and then move on. Not waste my time playing this game. Because they don't seem to give you like a better NFT just because you got to a higher level, or a higher point. That would make a lot of sense to me, but it is what it is. I don't really care. There we go. So close. All right, we did it. We got to 1,000. Now they can kill me. Silver about to go to $100. Imminent. Sound off. Are you saying you can't hear me? All right, we did it. We got to 1,000. Now they can kill me. Silver about to go to $100. Imminent. Sound off. No, the sound's good on my side. I just checked it on the stream. Oh, because you weren't talking. Oh, yeah, that happens sometimes. It's very rare that I'm silent for a second, but it happens. All right, we got some reindeer food. That translates to some BNB in my pocket. So let's go do that. Got to get our little farm. I think it's funny because a lot of your yield products always say they have like a farm. You know, it's called the farm where you farm your yield. And this actually is a yield, but it's actually a farm. Like it's literally a farm. You grow crops here. I thought that was pretty funny. Not acting like this thing will make you rich, but it is very new, and I hate when new projects come out and they give away too much too fast, and then the project dies because they gave away all the value. I'd rather collect a tiny bit of BNB on this thing for the next 2-3 years than for it to give me a tiny bit of pump, you know, a little bit of something nice, and then be gone in 2 months from now. And it might still be gone in 2 months from now. I have no idea. Let's go take a look at how long we've been live here. We have been live for 1 hour and 41 minutes. And it's a rarity for me to say this, guys, but I'm going to go ahead and hop off. I hope everybody had a great night. I was a little bit tireder than normal. So I'm going to get some rest so I can come back in full-fledged for you guys tomorrow, because DeFi Friday, those tend to be long streams. Man, one of them we did was like 4 hours. I think the longest stream we ever did was like 6 hours. But man, I could never say it enough. I really appreciate everybody being here. Appreciate the super chats, the memberships, the activity in the Discord. I will continue to say it because I really, really do appreciate it. Everybody have a great night. And stay underground, stay crypto. I could say goodbye 100,000 times and still never actually in the stream. So before I do that and make myself look like a fool, Crypto Ron out.